Hi everyone, this is Meeta. If you are a commercial property manager, I've got a great spreadsheet for you. The dashboard will automatically show you all your income, expenses, profits for each unit as well as the property as a whole. Plus, it has a bunch of property management features that I'm very excited to talk about. It will track your CAM, your triple net payments, any balance due from each tenant. It will also track your rent due dates. It will track your COI due dates. It will keep track of any rent increases and will automatically increase the rent on the date that you specify. It has a rent roll feature, owner payouts, an automatic owner report. You can also track all your taxes, your insurance, your maintenance schedule, and even log maintenance requests. So let's see how this works. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for a brief demo of my commercial properties tracker. This tracker is set up for 20 office unit spaces within one building. If you have more units in one building, I can customize that for you. This is the dashboard, and as you can see, this gives you a bird's eye view of how all of your properties are performing on a monthly basis and on a year-to-date basis. You get it by each property, income, expenses, and profit. Then you get it on a monthly basis for each unit, and for the whole property, you have the expenses breakdown, the profits for each of the units and the property. Then we come to the income categories drill down. You get to see what you're making from rent, any late fees, CAM, triple net, and any other income sources that you specify over here. Then we come to the expense categories. The dashboard has broken it down already by taxes and insurance, electricity, water, and sewer, your total utilities. Then you have all of your other CAM expenses out here, and you get to see your total expenses. And this is a graph to give you a quick visual overview. On the top over here of the dashboard, you can see links to all of the different features of the spreadsheet. Let's go to the vendor settings. And over here, you can enter the vendor names of all of your different vendors. You can simply type in, say, Home Depot. And you can put in all of your other information that you would like to, contact person, telephone number, etc. And this becomes a drop down in the tabs for each of your properties. Like for example, over here, the vendors are listed out over here. We just added Home Depot and it got listed over here. Next, let's go over to the property settings. Over here is where you would list out all of your property information. So this is a property with 20 spaces and we have just named them A, B, C, D. You can call them whatever you would like to. There are a bunch of columns to the right where you would enter any information that you would like. And here is an important column. This is where you would enter the space for each of the units. And this is important because your CAM gets calculated from the square footage that is entered over here. For this, we have put in 500 square feet for each of the units, which is totaling up to 10,000 square feet up here. If you go further to the right, as you can see, you can enter all of the information that you need, like the owner name, address, phone number, email, when your management contract started, ended, your fees. Next, we come to the tenant information, and there are a number of very cool features included over here. So as you can see, you can enter the tenant names, their phone numbers, emails. You would enter the lease start dates over here, and you will also enter the lease renewal dates over here. And within 60 days of the lease renewal date, the cell will turn yellow. So for example, say the lease renewal date is going to be July 7th, and that's why it's turned yellow, because I'm recording this on June 12th. And after the date is passed, like say April 30th, the cell will turn red. So it's a visual indicator of when your leases are coming up for renewal. This spreadsheet also automatically calculates rent increases, and it will even show you the increased rent on the date that it is supposed to be increased. So over here is where you would enter the next rent increase dates. Here is where you would enter the percentages. I've entered 3%. You can enter whatever you wish. Say for example, we are going to enter 5%. Let's put that as 5%. Here is where you would enter the current rents that you're getting, and this automatically calculates what the next increase amount is going to be. Now, as I said, I'm recording this on June 12th, and let us say the next rent increase date is June 12th. That's when your lease gets renewed. So as soon as I enter June 12th, you'll see that it shows over here automatically that this is what your rent is going to be after the increase. Now say your increase is going to be an amount, not a percentage. Then all you would do is just go over here to the cell and put in the amount. Say it's going to be 200. That's what we put in. And you'll see it shows us 3,900. Further to the right, as you can see, you can enter the deposit amounts you received from your tenants and the triple net amounts that you're receiving from them. And this column is an indicator of when your tenant certificate of insurance is due for renewal. So it serves as a visual indicator. Within 30 days of the date that you enter here, the cell will turn yellow. So, and after the date is passed, it will turn red. So these dates like Jan 15, February 25th, it's turned red because it's already due for renewal. And July 7th has not yet come, but it's within 30 days, so it's turned yellow. August 10th has not yet come and it's not within 30 days, so it still remains white. Now based on the property settings, the rent roll gets automatically generated. So you get all of the pertinent information, and it also does some calculations for you like rent per square foot and your triple net per square foot when your insurance expires. So it's a neat document to have. Even if you want to print it out, it's easy to do it from here. Now let's go over to a property tab. This is where you're going to actually enter all of your income and expense transactions. This is one of the units, Unit A. And over here we have entered all of the information, the income information. So like Jan 15th, the amount due in terms of rent was 3,500. That's what we entered. We chose a category from a drop-down list, rent. The date that it was paid was January 15th. Amount paid was 3,500. You can enter the check number if you like. And then you also can enter any other income sources like your triple net. Again, the amount due was 1,200. Amount paid was 1,200. And if you notice here on March 15th, the amount due for triple net was 1,200, but what we received was $900. So there's a balance due of 300. Now any balance due shows up in the balance due statement over here. So like Unit A had a balance due of $300. So you can immediately tell when any unit has any balance due outstanding. Going back to the transactions tab for Unit A, let's go over to the right, and over here there's more columns to enter tenant name, rental period, start and end dates if you like. And here is where you can enter your security deposits. This acts as a ledger, so you can enter any deposits received, any deposits you have withdrawn, and the balance will show over here. You have space for notes. Further down to the right over here is the expenses section, and this is where you enter all your expense transactions. You'd enter the date, the category of expense, the amount, and you can choose the vendors like over here Ace Hardware or Home Depot as you like. You have space for notes. Then we come to the owner payout section. Since this is one building with 20 spaces in it, you would probably enter the owner payouts in the whole property section over here as we have done instead of in each unit like over here. So you would enter any owner payouts you're sending at the end of the month for the whole building. And over here again, expenses that we have entered, say electricity for the whole building, landscaping, keys and locks, insurance, and so on. Going back to the Unit A transactions tab, you will notice that there is a mini dashboard on top which lists out your income, expenses, and profit for each month. Also, the total income gets summed up over here, as do the total expenses over here. Let's enter a transaction. For example, let's say the triple net that we were supposed to receive was 1200, and we had only received 900, leaving us a balance due of $300. And say we got again triple net on the 30th of March. We received the remaining, which is 300, and you will see that the balance due becomes 0. Let's enter now, say for April 15. Again, the rent due is 3,500. Let's choose the category rent, and the date that it was paid, say, was April 20th, and we got 3,500, and the balance due becomes 0. You will notice up here on the top in the mini dashboard for April, the income is 3,500, and the dashboard, your main dashboard, also gets updated. You will see for April received 3,500, and this was from the unit A in April. This spreadsheet also has an automatic CAM reconciliation statement if you need it. All of the information is being pulled in from the property settings. It will calculate what your tenant's share of the budgeted CAM is, what your tenant's actual share is, any CAM payments that have already been received, and will show you the difference. So this is where you would enter what your budgeted CAM is, say it's 15,700. This is what your actual expenses would have come out to, and then you get to see what the difference is. So say the tenant share was calculated at 785, the actual should be 800, and say unit B has paid 600. You say you take CAM payments from unit B, and they're supposed to pay another 200. The spreadsheet also generates a owner report, a summarized report which shows income, expenses, and profit for each month, as well as owner payouts. And this can be saved as a PDF file to be emailed or printed out. Another very neat feature of the spreadsheet is the automatic property management report. Over here, you simply need to choose any unit, any month, and it will show you all of the transactions for that month. This feature is only available in the Google Sheets version. So say for example, right now it's showing you for the unit A, all of the income expense transactions. Let's choose unit B, and you see immediately it changes to show you the information for unit B. Switching back. You can save this report as a PDF and email it out or print it out for your records. This spreadsheet has some very nice trackers like a taxes tracker, insurance tracker. Just enter the tax due date. Say this is going to be July 7, and it will show you with color coding the number of days remaining, any days overdue. When anything is past due, it becomes red. When days are less than 30, the days and the date will turn yellow. You can also enter the amount, how much you paid, any balance due. You also have an insurance tracker which works on a similar principle as the taxes tracker. Again, you can enter the dates that it is due. If something is in August, today is June 12th, so it is not showing up in yellow. If I were to change this to June 30, you will notice it becomes yellow because there's only 18 days remaining. Then you have a maintenance requests tab where you can track all of your maintenance requests. Simply choose the property that is requesting the maintenance. You put in your date of the request, then you put in who is requesting it. You can put in the description of the issue, like we put faucet leaking. You can choose the priority level from a drop down. You can put an emergency or as time permits. You can enter who the work has been assigned to, the date it was completed, if there is any pending work, the date it has to be completed by, and any notes. And all of these can be sorted and filtered, so you can do that with simply by clicking on this little drop down arrow and choosing by property or date of request or any other field over here. Next, we have a maintenance schedule tab, and over here is a list of all of your general building maintenance for the different seasons.
and you can simply go in and type in a yes for any maintenance item that has been taken care of for any of the units. Then we have a printable rent receipt. You can enter in all of your information like the number, date of payment, the period, the amount you've received. You can input whether you've received by check, bank deposit, or cash. The tenant names will be a drop down, so you don't have to type that in, as well as the rental property. You can just choose the name. It will also be a drop down. Now let's go over to the first settings sheet, and this is where you would enter your company name, your company address, change the fiscal period if you like. This is where you would enter all of your income categories. Don't change this because the dashboard directly feeds this into the CAM reconciliation statement. All the other categories of income you can change as you like. Another income source, say I just type that in. Similarly, expense categories have been categorized in the dashboard. So like for example, taxes and insurance are the first two, and these have been added up. So if you change it over here, you would also be changing it over there. So just keep that in mind. But you can go in and type in whatever are your expense categories. Similarly, you can change the options for the owner payout. I've kept it as bank deposit check. You can change it to whatever you like. Also for the tenant payments, this goes into the tenant receipt and the priority levels for the maintenance requests. In addition, I'm also including my rent due date tracker. This is a very neat tracker which shows with color coding when rents are due and when they've been received. Simply go in and put in when the due date is, and for example, say it is Jan 17th, and it will get updated for all of the months over here. So each month will be like 17th June, 17th July, and so on. It will automatically get updated. Let's look at the month of June. 3 days before the rent due date, the cells will turn yellow. So today is June 12th. This is the date that I'm recording this. And so you can see that the 13th of June and the 14th of June have turned yellow because we are expecting rent within the next 3 days. And the 12th of June has turned red because today is the 12th of June and we haven't received the payment yet. Now say I just now received the payment, I go in and type in a Y and this turns green.
I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you give it a like and also subscribe to my channel so you can see more of my videos. I will be leaving a link to the spreadsheet in the description and comment section below. Do please send in your questions and comments. You can also reach me at my website moneyusage.com, and I'll catch you on my next video.